Good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday, and welcome to the XD Daily Creative Challenge. I'm your host, Andrea Hawk, and thank you all so much for joining. I'm starting to see some of you guys pop up in the chat over here. We've got Eduardo, we've got Marie, Don and John, Galib, a bunch of you guys. Awesome. So I hope you're having a wonderful day and you're ready to start designing. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop on over to our Behance main homepage. So this is behance.net/challenge/xd. Like always, if you're not already registered, feel free to click this big blue button, and then you'll get the daily prompts up here in your Creative Cloud app as a notification every morning at 8 o'clock. And how does it work? So like always, you will receive a prompt each day. So we've started seeing some of these populate in these empty boxes. And then we just want you guys to design along with me. So create your own app from whatever the prompts are, and then we want you to share on Discord and Behance, and we'll give you some feedback if you want it. And be sure to check back and watch our daily live show every day at 11:30 Pacific time. And lastly, just be sure to share your work and you can get feedback from us. So what did we do yesterday? Yesterday was interactive elements. So I saw a lot of you guys' habit tracking apps. You posted them already in Discord and they were looking amazing. Seriously, great job you guys on that. And today we're going to be working on Auto-animate. So what if computers could interface with the human brain? Design the control system for a Neuralink-inspired app that allows users to download and manage brain space. And then go ahead and click this Get Started button, and that will bring you to the Dropbox download. Go ahead and click Download, Direct Download. And that's just a little file to get you started, some resources and tutorials and inspiration. And then if you want to rewatch this particular stream, go ahead and press Watch Video. But yeah, Neuralink. So this is this new Elon Musk's new company about like connecting your brain with your computer. Very crazy and like sci-fi-y. So if you haven't heard of it, definitely check it out. So we're going to be designing something similar to that. So I think today is like the most exciting day personally, because I've been wanting to design something like that. Cool. So that's what we're going to be doing. Let's hop on over into Discord. So guys, we're almost at like 20,000 people, which is crazy. So if you're not already a member, definitely do that. You can find that link either here on the Join Us, or we've got this link up here. Feel free to take a screenshot. Pretty easy, just /XD Discord. But you definitely want to check that out, become a member. And we're always posting like things about like career advice for designers that are just getting started, or design articles, or just interesting inspiration. And you guys have been doing a really good job of posting your work in progress, your final work, and getting feedback. So a few of the main channels, we've got the Creative Challenge channel. This is another place that we post all of the prompts. Introduce yourself if you're new in the introductions channel, tongue twister. And then the current challenge is where we want you guys to post all of your work. So awesome, that's a bit about Discord. Let's go ahead and get into the designing. So this is, let me like make this a little bigger. Okay, so this is the download that you're going to get from the Dropbox link, and it's just a little bit of a starter file. Like I mentioned yesterday, we've got the header up here just telling you like what day it is. So Monday was just like a welcome day, and then yesterday we worked on our first design, which was that habit tracking app, and then today we're doing the Neuralink one. So yeah, like I mentioned, we're going to be working with an app for the human brain. So I want to see something like really kind of crazy and out there on this one from you guys. Just use your imagination, kind of go wild. So we're going to try to focus on auto-animated transitions. And then some inspiration that I found for you guys. Obviously there aren't a ton of like brain augmentation apps already out there because it's not a real thing. So I had a hard time kind of finding some to share, but this one was kind of interesting. It's a concept obviously, but being able to download like different sorts of like plugins for your brain almost. So like Nitro Brain, being really smart with finance and markets, Rising Star, being like really good at music and sound, and then combat skills. I don't think I would need that, but just an interesting concept with being able to download specific like software for your brain. And that one was by Very Design. Charles Patterson, same kind of idea with like culinary or creativity. And then Neuralink, this is the actual app for Neuralink so far. So it's a little more like not as crazy right now. Well, still crazy, but not like these at least. Not like the concept. So just like moving a cursor, attempting to move your hand to the desired direction through the app. So, and then we got some resources down here. I already went through all those on the first day. If you want to rewatch that stream, feel free to do that. And then we've got Discord and Behance is where we want you guys to share. So I've already got some artboards kind of laid out here, and I always make my artboards gray. Not always, but lately I have been, the background, just so I can see the rounded corners on the edges. So the way I did that was just press the artboard itself and then press the fill and change it to gray. So I already have a few icons just for the sake of time down here that I know I want to use. And I actually, sometimes the way that I come up with a color scheme is I start with one image. So I actually found that the brain image first, let's see, I'm just gonna make a title. Actually, let's call it Neurobrain just so it's a little different. Okay, so we're gonna make a title just saying like, hey, you're in this Neurobrain app and you know what's going on. Let's add a little subtext. So this is the homepage that we're working on right now. Supercharge your brain, let's say, so people know what it's all about since it is a relatively new concept. Let's go back to here. So I've already added like some colors that I want to use, some character styles, things like that. Let's see. A little bit smaller, maybe like 16. Okay. Then I'll add the menu icon up here, just in the top left. Great. And I want to add a profile image on the top right, just in line with the menu. So whenever you're adding new elements, always try to align it to something else. So like this, I align to this, and this, I align to this, and then both horizontally and vertically, or I did the opposite, horizontally and vertically. Okay, so next I'm gonna add just some text below this. So we wanna say like, hey, we're at 80% processing power, maybe. Maybe you wanna know that you can get up further than that. Processing at 80%. Okay. We're gonna make this blue. Oh wait, that's a gradient. And like that. Maybe a little smaller because it's just the subtext. Okay. Now we're gonna add a bottom area. Maybe like gray, that looks good. And this will be like, hey, this is an overview of all your memories. And if you want to look back on any of them, you can just click through the days, which that's something that I would love to be able to do. Looking through all my memories or deleting certain ones if I had a bad day. Okay, so I'm just making those rounded corners 90 degrees. I'll add some text down here that says memories, and this is not the main focus, so I want this to be quite a bit smaller. And then just for the sake of time, I already made this sort of like just daily picker, and it was kind of similar to the one I made yesterday, so if you want to see how I do that, you can go back to yesterday. And then maybe this is like a carousel, so we can see like a few weeks in the past. So I'll add that so we can swipe through. and it's already selected on one day, so you can just select through. And then up here, I want to add, let's see, just a little background accent, just like something gray. And then I know I'm gonna put the brain here just to really draw you in. So I'm gonna add something super subtle, just a nice subtle little gray background, send it to the back. And I'm gonna do Option and then drag, just to drag this one corner over. I actually didn't learn that until like pretty recently, that you can just do Option drag. Kind of embarrassing. Okay, so let's do that. And then I'm gonna add a blue box, and this will be the background for our brain. So we can see, just check up on our brain, see what it's looking like, if you wanted to know. Okay, I'm gonna move these up a little actually, so we have a bit more room. Maybe all of these over a bit, okay. And then we can go ahead and add the brain. So this brain, I believe I just found on Adobe stock, and then I adjusted the colors a little bit in Photoshop just with some blending modes, and like took out the background and added a little drop shadow. Okay, so we're seeing what our brain's looking like, and we can add a little kebab menu right here. That looks good. And then the next pages are going to be settings, so I definitely want a way to access that. So I'm going to add a settings icon and some settings text. Something kind of small, because maybe it's not like the most important feature of the app. Make it a little bit bigger. Okay, then we can group those together. Okay, that looks pretty good. Cool. So now we can work on the settings page. And this, I know I'm gonna have like a lot of controls. I wanna be able to just really do a bunch of different things with my brain. So let's make it kind of long. I'll copy these pieces up here because I just want it to be mostly the same. And then the title will be brain settings. Remove that. And we can make this a little bit smaller since it's not the whole like name of the app. And then I'll just start adding some settings in. And this is where you can really just kind of play around and do something crazy. So like computation speed, maybe we just want to be really fast thinkers. And I already added a few of these. I already made a few of these just for the sake of time, since I want to more show like the auto-animate portion of this. But really it's just 2 rectangles and then some icons, and then rounded those corners. So we'll copy this and we'll keep making some more controls here. So let's say high focus. We want laser focus. And then we'll have like an on and off toggle for this. And we're keeping these very chunky. I'm really into the chunky for toggles feel lately. And maybe we can add like logical. How logical are we? Okay, copy and paste this, and then we'll just turn it into off. Off. So I'm gonna switch this one over here, since it should switch sizes or switch sides when it's doing the opposite. And then we'll change the color to this gray. Is that the same gray? No, this gray. That matches. Okay. Move this a little bit over. Make sure those are centered. Great. Next, how about some areas of focus? Areas of focus. We'll add that. So maybe you want to be really good at soccer one day if you have a big tournament coming up. Maybe you want to be really creative if you are hosting Adobe Live. Okay, so I already made that piece. Yeah, so maybe creative, brain speed, movement, you want to be really agile, or speech. And then I've got some icons down here. Copy those. Paste those guys in here. Whoops. Paste. Let's group those together. Move them up a bit. Okay. And then maybe senses, our 5 senses. Which ones do we want to make more important for the day? Copy those over. Okay. So again, these are all just super simple shapes, like literally just a rectangle, rotating it for the toggles. And then maybe we'll add one more. We've got a little bit more space. So we'll say empathy. Maybe as a designer, you're doing a like user testing and you want some empathy for that day. Okay. And then let's make this is just going to be a slider, something simple. Copy and paste that. Oops. Paste it. And then we'll drag this over. Make this that gray color. And give it a little space in between. Okay. Then we just need a little box so we can go to the next screen. So let's make this orange just for some contrast. And then we'll say update, or maybe like upgrade brain. And we'll make it white, 100% transparency. And then I need to drag the corners a bit. Maybe like that corner, I'll have 90 degrees, that corner I'll have 90 degrees. Just to kind of match with the rounded corners and the edges. Okay, group those together. All right, so that looks pretty good. Now I'm going to, so once I press upgrade brain, I want to be able to, did I group all of these? Okay, so I want to group all of these because we're going to be doing auto-animate. And then in the next screen, I'm going to add, I'm just going to move this up a bit, like right here. And then I want it to slide up, and then underneath, let's see if I already have this now. Underneath, I'm just going to add a little like blue area to see how fast our upgrade is going. So this will say like the percentage. So I'll send this to the back in my layers. And I want a close button in case we did something crazy and like we don't want that upgrade anymore. Maybe we set it to like super clumsy or something, and yeah, we don't want that. Okay, and then I'm gonna add just a little bit of transparency to show like how far we've gotten. Maybe this one maybe? Okay. Make it kind of transparent. All right. And then I'm gonna add, let's see, I have a little arrow. Gonna go like this. So this will indicate like, okay, we're like 50% or so. And then I'm gonna copy and paste the text right here. I want that same font. We'll make this like 40% to show how far we are. Okay, group those together. So that's what I want it to look like on the end, but I actually need something in between here. So I'm gonna copy, paste these over, and then in the middle, I'm gonna drag this all the way over to the edge, not quite off the edge, but like a little bit. Okay, so that'll let us do auto-animate. So I'm going into prototype now. So we want to hit settings from the home page over to the first page, and then we'll hit update to the third page, and then we want this to be auto-animate. Okay, perfect. And we want to select this whole one, this whole artboard, and then go over to the last one, auto-animate again. Perfect. Okay, let's see how this looks. Start on the home page. So we click settings, we scroll down, we press update. Oh wait. Let me see that again. Settings, scroll down to the bottom, we press upgrade, it scrolls up. Okay, so we set it to like a second after, so let's adjust that a little bit. Maybe like 0.6 seconds, so that will be a little bit better. Let's do play, settings, scroll down, upgrade brain. Okay, so we wanted it to scroll across, and you could do this. You could actually add the numbers as they're changing while they're scrolling as well. Howard has a great example of how to do that on his letsxd.com tutorial site. So cool. That looks pretty good. Now, I think I'm gonna go ahead and upload this to Behance. So let's go to my Behance portfolio. And I already have this open. I'll show you guys how I made this. So I've already got the same one from yesterday. I'm gonna go ahead and click edit, and then we can scroll down. So that's the first one. And I added this nice little background. So today's the second day. So I added the header, definitely add a little description. And then I already went ahead and uploaded this. You can also do the prototype if you want. So just click on whatever artboard is your home, press that play button, and then when you press this, it will start recording. So you press settings, scroll down to upgrade, and then after a second, it'll scroll through, and then you press done and save it as whatever, and that will be a movie file that you can upload as well. Okay. So let's go back. So I'm gonna save, and we wanna make sure we add that keyword. Let's make sure we have the keyword in settings. So I already added all the basic info yesterday. Display, we'd look through that, and then discoverability. So make sure you add the XD Daily Challenge keyword. You can add a few more if you want, UI, UX, mobile, etc. Let's go ahead and save that. Oh wait, did I save it? Let's see. I didn't save it. Every day at the very end. One of these days I'm gonna lose my file. Okay, so that looks good. Okay. Now I'm gonna go ahead and click on over to Behance. So this is where us as the mentors and all of you guys can search for what your other fellow designers are working on. So all I do is search XD Daily Challenge. Let's see if there's anything new. And I just do like most recent this week, and then you can scroll through and see all of these. I will say one suggestion is try to not just use the same thumbnail as I did. Like try to make something new. Like this one is really cool. Added their own illustrations and stuff. This is awesome. Ooh, even the prototype. This looks so good. Very cool. Checklist, weekend party. Awesome. Let's look at this one. My habits work. Okay, this is cool. I like the circles sort of in the background. Let's click the prototype and see what goes on. Check your emails, update website, organize desk. Very nice. Let's see what else we got. This one by Julia. All right. Okay, so we've got tabs. I like the tab idea. That's cool. Very neat. Wow, you have a lot of pages. Even some settings, change the color theme, hide daily quotes, send feedback. You really thought of everything. Okay, so here's the prototype. Let's see. Oh, and it shows 2 out of 4 tasks. Very nice. Seeing some more settings down there. Adding a title and description. Cool. That one looks really good. Awesome job, Julia. Let's also go over and look in Discord. So I'm gonna look in the current challenge channel, and this is where I look for most of you guys's most recent ones. Okay, so we got Jin getting started. Let's look at his. First Behance upload. Wow, that's so exciting. Okay, Habit Hubby. Is this an app for your husband to get things done? It's funny. Got some drop downs. Oh, fancy animation. I like that. Very cool. Let's see. So this is the home page. We've got drop downs, work, family. Great job. Let's look at maybe one more. There was so many yesterday. You guys were working really hard. Okay, this one, let's see. No prototype, that's okay though. Really feeling the rounded corners. Very nice. I think you could fit maybe like at least 2 more in here, make these a little bit smaller. I'm loving the green sort of natural vibe I'm getting with the colors. Really looks good. And you added some photos, home, shopping, and personal. Looks great. Awesome. So this is by Tico Davids. Great job. Okay, guys. Well, that is... I'll keep checking on Discord. I didn't get a chance to review too many yesterday, but I have some time after this. So gonna look through the rest of these and keep uploading. I'm gonna be checking back. So that is about all the time that we have left. Thank you guys so much for joining. After this, we have, let's see, who's after this? Charlie Waite, and he'll be designing a surfing mobile app. So stay tuned for that. And I'll be here every day for the next, until Friday, every day at 11:30. So thanks so much for joining, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.